Remember when you were a kid and your parents were trying to teach you about saying you're sorry and right and wrong, and it was like you knew you did something wrong, but you didn't want to say I'm sorry, and they're like, just say you're sorry. They'd threaten you with your life. I mean, I'm Gen X, so maybe I'm way off here. Because it's so interesting when people, it's like the condescension. I think in their minds, they're just like, oh, that poor person. I must tell them I'm sorry for what they decided to do to deal with life. Like, this comment right here. I could go to someone's page who is morbidly obese, which I would never do because it doesn't help anything, and leave the exact same comment that this person left. And what would that do? Like, to the person who is morbidly obese, it would be like, wow, that's really rude. Like, I'm sorry you were going through whatever it was that caused you to feel like this is the best way to express yourself. In other words, they're saying, like, wow, that's really messed up that you decided to express yourself this way. I must say I'm sorry for whatever you were going through. Like, what the fuck? So, you're sorry I was born into the Mormon church. You're sorry that the Mormon church is a cult that uses guilt, shame, fear to control you. Or I'm sorry that you were born into a world that was so completely boring that you couldn't wait to get tattooed, and so instead of waiting until you were old enough to get tattooed, you decided to do body modifications on yourself. In other words, it's like, oh, poor you. Because why would any happy person, do body modifications? Why would any person who loves himself want to put, like, designs or symbols on their body, if they were so, it's just, I mean, let's say I decided to paint, one room in my house black and have it be like a place where I meditate, because for me, black is soothing. And then someone comes in and they're like, oh, I'm sorry you were going through whatever you went through to make this room black. Because they don't like black. Black is, disturbing to them. Do you see what I'm saying? The ridiculousness that is here? Let's keep going. Let's say that you were dealing with a lot of things in your life, and the only way that you felt better was by, going on like 10-mile runs every day. And then the doctor says that you need to have knee replacement because your joints are so worn out. And someone says, I'm sorry you were going through whatever you went through to make you do that to yourself, because running made them feel better. I can keep going with scenarios like this shit all day long. I'm sorry that, you were going through whatever you went through to, put, piercings through your skin because you like how they look and you like having a little bit of glitz on your, like, all right, I think you get the point, like, no, you're not sorry about shit. You're sorry because it makes you uncomfortable. You're sorry because if you saw me, out, maybe you'd be like, oh, gross, like, which is fine. It's fine if you're like, ew, gross, but you're not sorry. You're sorry that you have to see that. Instead of scrolling along like an adult, you have to have this, like, I'm going to sound like a good person, like this savior complex bullshit, and be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, let's, no bullshit. You're not sorry. You're just sorry that you had to see it. And like I said, instead of being an adult and scrolling on by, yeah, like I'm going to leave a comment, because then this person is going to go back in time and undo everything that they did to themselves because, oh no, I made someone uncomfortable. Wow, shit. Making people uncomfortable? No, that never happens. Instead of leaving these condescending comments, why don't you go work on yourself? Why don't you go figure out what made you want to leave this comment? Like, what was going on in your life, in your day, that you were just like, oh, I haven't said anything stupid on the internet today, so I'm going to post this comment to meet my quota. Here, I'll do it too. I'm sorry for whatever you're going through right now in your life that made you want to leave that comment that was ridiculous. And hopefully you can work on yourself and your boredom. I mean, boredom is a, cursed bitch. To feel like this was the best way to express yourself. Have a great day, sis.